very special, and I love to wear it for date nights. Absolutely exquisite. Feel ultra luxurious and sophisticated. I don't know what spell this fragrance has because it is absolutely magnificent, and it's a match made in heaven. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Giselle, I review perfumes. I'm super happy that you found my channel. If you're new here, I hope you truly enjoy my content. And if you're one of my loyal returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for your loyal support. So today's all about DENTS, my most worn perfumes. I truly love these fragrances. With most of them, I'm actually on my second or even third bottle. So I wanted to share them with you, and I actually have more. Maybe it's up to you. Maybe if you like this type of videos, I can even make a part 2. So if you want to hear more about the fragrances I have for you today, let's dive in. So the next fragrance I have on my list today, in no particular order, is Naxos by Xerjoff. I love Naxos. This is one fragrance that I will always keep buying on repeat for as long as Xerjoff decides to keep producing it. I absolutely love it. I think Naxos embodies the concept of niche perfumery to perfection. It's a really stunning perfume. It has a very bright opening with lemon, bergamot, lavender. It also has jasmine, cinnamon, tobacco leaf. It has honey, tonka, and vanilla. You will get more of the tonka and the vanilla in the dry down. However, let me tell you, the three most dominant notes here are tobacco, honey, and lavender. I don't like lavender in fragrances. I don't like lavender in any way, shape, or form. I only have, I think, I have 3 fragrances that have lavender, and I love them. But aside from that, I don't even like lavender in room sprays or candles or diffusers. I don't like it. So I don't know what spell this fragrance has because it is absolutely magnificent. I don't care for the lavender here. It actually has a very short life. It opens with lavender, but once you get past that opening, it will last maybe a few minutes until that lavender note starts to fade. And trust me, and coming from someone who doesn't like lavender, I can tell you that after the opening, you'll forget about the lavender and you'll get a very, very beautiful dry down where the fragrance becomes more floral, a little bit more floral, and settles down into a very, very beautiful tonka and vanilla base. It's absolutely stunning. To me, Naxos is quite luxury in a bottle, period. It's that beautiful and that refined. It's 100% unisex, but I think it's more masculine leaning. However, it smells amazing on women. I get compliments every time I wear it. And even if I wouldn't get compliments, I just don't care. The fragrance is just so beautiful. It's incredibly long lasting, but sillage is really something remarkable because it lingers in the air. You'll always leave a trail no matter how early you spray the perfume. You could have sprayed in the morning and it's 7 p.m. and you'll still leave a trail. Very beautiful. It's one of the fragrances that I wore the most last year. Usually I wear Naxos more in spring and summer, but it's definitely an all year round type of fragrance. Again, unisex but more masculine leaning, but I feel so feminine and confident when I wear this that yeah, fragrances are genderless. That I don't care too much about that masculine leaning aspect because on my skin I don't feel that it smells masculine. In fact, I showed Naxos to my son the other day and he said, no, that's too feminine, I don't like it, that's for women. So it really depends on perceptions. Of course, we all have different perceptions, but for him this fragrance smells too feminine, for example. So don't be afraid to try it. If you haven't yet, you are missing out on something really special. Naxos by Xerjoff. So the next fragrance I have for you today is Inflorescence by Byredo. So this is my favorite from the house. I absolutely love this house. Ben Gorham, the founder, was trained as a basketball player, and at some point his life took a turn, so he shifted gears and founded this house. I love all of their fragrances. They all have a very particular DNA, no matter what olfactory group. Most of his fragrances tend to be clean and very minimalist, which I love. He also believes in less is more, so his fragrances, you will notice, that are pretty simple in structure but very strong in character, as he says. And Inflorescence is no exception. Most of his fragrances are pretty linear, and as I said, they are pretty simple in structure, but they have a very strong presence. They all have character. They all are very unique. I haven't smelled one fragrance from this house that reminds me of something that I've smelled before. So they have a very unique DNA that makes this house truly unique. This video is not sponsored. I haven't received one single fragrance from the house in PR. I have bought all of them out of my own pocket. I'm just talking very highly about Byredo because I love this house. I think they deliver in all the departments. Their fragrances are very beautiful. They have a uniqueness factor. I never felt I was being ripped off or I was paying way too much for a fragrance, because I ended up loving all of the fragrances I bought. So yeah, Inflorescence is a beauty. If you like florals, this is a must try. And even if you don't like florals, I think Inflorescence would fit better in a clean, soapy, fresh type of profile. Although I don't find it truly soapy, but I find it very clean, very fresh, almost fizzy, very bright, uplifting. It makes me happy. This perfume makes me happy. It's so beautiful. It has freesias, lily of the valley, magnolia. It's so crispy. I love it. It also has jasmine, but it's a very clean jasmine. Nothing indolic here, nothing narcotic. It's not heady at all. So as I said, it is a very clean floral that could perfectly fit a clean, soapy, fresh category. It's really perfect. I love it. And here also the sillage is the star of the show. Remember the first time I tried Inflorescence, I was in Vegas at a department store. I believe it was in Neiman Marcus, and I recall trying it, 2 spritzes. I just left the store, and you know, if you've been in Vegas, you know that hotels and everything is connected, right? So I remember leaving the department store, entering the mall, or I don't remember what, walking into a hotel, and I can't even begin to tell you how many people in a matter of a couple minutes asked me what I was wearing. The sillage is out of this world. As I said, it's the star of the show when it comes to performance. It's really clean. It's a typical that girl or it girl type of scent. Absolutely beautiful. Even if you don't like florals, even if you're not a fan of florals, I encourage you to try this one, because as I said before, to me it would fit even better in a clean and fresh category rather than in a floral category, because it's very different from your typical floral fragrances. It's great for layering. It's pretty neutral. It has a very distinctive character. However, it's pretty neutral, perfect for layering. I love to wear this with La Tulip, also by the same house, and it's stunning. Just for the most part, I wear it alone, but when I layer it with La Tulip, and it's a match made in heaven. Another thing I love about this house is that there are no misleading names. Like, everything is straightforward, even the names of the fragrances. Like, you want a very heady floral, you have flower head, you have pulp, very heady florals. You want something clean, you have blanche, for example. It's very straightforward. Another thing which is cohesive with the branding and the packaging, which as you can see, it's very minimalist, is that Byredo fragrances don't have a lot of notes. And that's intentional. The founder doesn't really want notes overpowering other notes. He wants something very straightforward. So basically you get what you pay for. And this is something I really like about the house. It's very transparent, no surprises, no misleading names. So kudos to this house. This is my DENT 3rd bottle, you guys. So I truly love it and I highly recommend Inflorescence. So the next one on my list, guys, is none other than Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum. As you can see, today is about DENTS, right? So I'm gonna show you the DENT. And this is my 2nd bottle, you guys. I also emptied the Eau de Parfum twice. And I am on my way to empty the 2nd bottle. It's a beautiful fragrance. I don't care what everyone says. Of course, is it the most beautiful fragrance I've ever tried? No, of course not. And there's not much I can say today that hasn't already been said. Because I think this and Delina are the most talked about and reviewed fragrances for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. I think Baccarat Rouge in both versions and the Delina's, especially the original and Delina Exclusif, have the most reviews in history. So there's not much I could add today. I just want to say that I love this perfume. It has a very strong saffron and almond note. I think the almond note here is key to make this fragrance slightly different from the original. They are not dramatically different. Sometimes the Extrait de Parfum is significantly different. However, here I don't find them extremely different, hadn't it been for the almond note. This one sits closer to the skin. It doesn't project a lot, which is normal for an Extrait de Parfum, because the higher the oil concentration, the closer the fragrance sits to the skin. The more alcohol content, the more the fragrance will project, and the more noticeable the trail, the sillage will be. So this is a skin scent. When people come close to you, they will definitely smell it. I don't think it's a head turner per se. However, the fragrance is beautiful. I think both Baccarat Eau de Parfum and the Extrait de Parfum have that power that very few fragrances have, and it's that power that makes people feel ultra luxurious and sophisticated, right? People automatically feel that they are a king or a queen when they wear Baccarat. Kudos to Maison Francis Kurkdjian for achieving that, because not many fragrances have that power. Real or not, psychological or not, but it's a true fact that both the EDP and the Extrait have that power in many people. So it is beautiful. To me, this is a nighttime scent. It's very luxurious smelling without being obnoxious, and I think both will become a classic. These fragrances soon will become classics, and if not, at least they will be iconic. Truly iconic fragrances. I love it. It lasts about 6 hours on my skin. To be honest, I have many eau de parfum that last longer than this Extrait de Parfum. So for the price tag and considering it's an Extrait, I would have liked it to last longer. In as in all categories, Extrait de Parfum also have different oil concentrations. So not all Extrait de Parfum are 30, 32 or 40%. To me, this one is a soft Extrait de Parfum. However, it lasts a decent amount of time, 6-8 hours sometimes, but I have to overspray a little bit if I want it to last 8 hours. That said, beautiful fragrance, and I will keep buying it on repeat. If you haven't tried it yet, which I doubt, but if you haven't, I encourage you to try it. It's absolutely beautiful. Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait de Parfum by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. The next one on my list is another hype fragrance that to me truly lives up to the hype, and it is Delina Exclusif. Yes, this is also my second bottle. You can't see, I know it's very frustrating because you can't see the dent, but I have filmed a quick clip, a quick video, so you can see it here in translucency. So you can see it here. But yeah, this is my second bottle. I absolutely love it. I love the original too. I have both, and what can I say that hasn't already been said, right? Just like with Baccarat. But this video is about dents, and I wanted to show you my dents. So beautiful fragrance, ultra feminine, ultra girly, flirty. It is very sophisticated, really long lasting. It's powdery. It's a very rosy, powdery, girly type of scent. Very different from your typical rose fragrances, to a point that even if you don't like rose in perfumery, this one is a must try, and especially the original. This one is even more rosy than the original Delina, but none of them smell like a typical rose fragrance. It's not a photorealistic rose or anything like that. It's perfection. I adore this fragrance. It makes me feel super feminine, sexy. It's just beautiful. It's perfection. It's very juicy. It has a beautiful pearl note in the opening, if I'm not mistaken. You can definitely pick the juiciness, and as the fragrance transitions, it becomes a little bit drier and powdery. It's more like baby powder. It's not a powderiness similar to Iris or like an old makeup case or something like that. It's not. It's more like baby powder, ultra feminine. I would say it's more like baby girl, not only baby powder, but baby girl. It's femininity in a bottle. It lasts about, I would say, like 10 hours. It's very long lasting on my skin. I never overspray this perfume because it really is strong. It's feminine, it's girly, it's sexy, it's sensual, all what I just said, but it's very strong. You have to be mindful, if you care, You have to be mindful with your spritzes because you could choke people around. As mass appealing as it usually is, I always get compliments on this fragrance, or at least someone always pops up the question, what are you wearing? Who's smelling this nice here? It really is a head turner. It has an impressive projection, impressive sillage, especially in the first couple of hours. But yeah, it's a very strong fragrance, so just be mindful with your spritzes and you'll be good. Stunning, stunning perfume. I love it and I'll keep buying it on repeat. Delina Exclusif. So the next dent I want to show you today is the one I made on Chelsea Flowers by Bond number 9. This perfume is floral perfection. Let me spray it here. It's so good. I always say that Chelsea Flowers to me it smells like a flower shop in the Hamptons. So refined. It's very airy, it's very translucent. This is not like an old school type of floral. I'm not gonna say it's a modern floral, but it's not old school either. It's like a traditional floral scent, but very fresh, very dewy. It truly smells like fresh cut flowers put together into a vase with a lot of water. It truly smells like fresh cut flowers, period. Very, very beautiful. It's super perfumey, very fragrant. Chelsea Flowers screams spring. I always wear it during spring and summer, but sometimes I wear it during the winter. It becomes crispy and more crystalline, while during spring and summer, you will get more of a sweeter type of floral. Very, very beautiful. It's a happy scent to me. It has very positive vibes. Every time I wear this perfume, I feel like, you know, I have a smile on my face. It has the power to put a smile on my face the moment I just spray it on my skin. Like, it's instant. It's a compliment magnet among all of my florals. I would say this one and Sweet Morphine by Ex Nihilo are my most complimented florals in my entire collection. Very beautiful. It really is mass appealing. People love it. Sillage is incredible. It has a very sheer, translucent, but also very strong sillage. It's very, very present. You walk on the sillage, not only follows you, but also lingers in the air. It's so beautiful. I love it. And this is the dent, as you can see. And honestly, I lost track of how many bottles I bought of Chelsea Flowers because this has been one of my signature scents for years. And this is one of my favorite florals of all time. So honestly, I lost track. But yeah, this is, I don't know, my third, my fourth bottle. I don't know. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Love it. So my next dent is on Explicite by Ex Nihilo. This is my favorite from the house, and that's a lot to say because Ex Nihilo is one of my favorite houses, and it's very hard for me to say which one I like best, and it's very hard for me to pick one. But if I had to pick just one fragrance out of my entire Ex Nihilo collection, well, I don't have that many either. Anyway, among all the fragrances I have from this house, this is by far my favorite. It's a very intoxicating, ooh, this is, I can't open it. There you go. It's very, very creamy. So addictive. So addictive. So good. I think next time, once I go through the whole bottle, I'll go for the big one, the 3.4. This is a 1.7. Stunning perfume. Super sexy, very feminine, super addictive, intoxicating as can be. Very intoxicating and very addictive as well, as I was saying. It has a very intense praline note. Praline not only gives scent, but also a lot of creaminess. Praline actually is not chocolate. It's a nutty base, usually made with hazelnuts, sometimes almonds, but hazelnuts are more common, and it's highly used in French confectionery to fill candy. For example, the Belgian truffles. Inside, what they have, it's a very decadent, creamy and sweet nutty base, which is the praline. So praline in perfumery sometimes adds scent, but other times just adds texture, a very creamy, soft, kind of gooey texture. In this case, we have both. We have scent and texture. So we have that chocolatey accord, not the nutty part, but the chocolate part of it. It's so beautiful. It has peonies, it has lily of the valley, it has vanilla, it has sandalwood. So we have a lot of sweetness, a lot of creaminess. However, it's not a It's not a really sweet fragrance, nor is it a gourmand scent. So this perfume definitely has a gourmand aspect, which makes the fragrance very addictive. However, it's not a gourmand fragrance per se. It doesn't smell like a snack. So if that's your type of vibe, this fragrance might not be for you. But if you enjoy subtle gourmand notes or touches, then this one is a must try. It's very elegant, very easy to wear. It has great projection and sillage as well, especially in the first couple hours. It lasts about 6 to 8 hours on my skin. In my experience, all ex Nihilo fragrances are top performers, and this one, of course, is no exception. It lasts about between 6 and 8 hours, and that's without even overspraying. Very beautiful. It's a skin scent. To me, it's a nighttime scent. You can definitely wear Explicite during the day. However, I think it's very special and I love to wear it for date nights. Absolutely exquisite. And this was my dent on Explicite by ex Nihilo. So the next one on my list is Tabac Rose by BDK Parfums. So this is my second bottle. And I'm sure I'm gonna empty it anytime soon. Absolutely love Tabac Rose. It's a cheap fragrance, very beautiful, very unique. So beautiful. The tobacco note here, it's combined with a chocolate accord. It also has lemon and patchouli, which you'll get more in the dry down. Now in the opening, stunning. So stunning. It's so good. The lemon and tobacco notes together with the chocolate accord are very present in the opening, and it's what either hook you or make you hate the fragrance. I don't know one person who hates this fragrance, to be honest. Everyone who has smelled this perfume really like it, and also in my circle, everyone who smelled it on me, they loved it. Wherever I wear this fragrance, I always get compliments. It's a very mass appealing perfume. It's very rich, very intense, very addictive. Again, that chocolate accord intensifies as the fragrance transitions. You can smell it right in the opening, but as the fragrance transitions and the top notes start to evaporate, you will get more and more of that chocolate accord, and it will remain for the entire lifetime of the fragrance. Because sometimes what happens is that we love a specific note in a given fragrance, either if they are in the top notes or in the middle notes. At some point we don't smell that beautiful note that probably was the reason why we bought that fragrance, right? However, you'll smell the chocolate accord right in the opening and all the way through until it dries down. So beautiful. So this is no doubt a rose fragrance. However, it's a very different type of rose. I think the combination with chocolate here is what takes this fragrance to a whole new level. It's also combined with plum. This is a combination we typically don't see in rose fragrances. We usually see rose combined with leather, with oud, with patchouli, with vetiver, or more earthy notes, even aromatic notes. However, the rose combined with gourmand notes or fruits like plum is not that common. I'm not saying it's super rare, no, but it's not very common either. So I think that takes the fragrance to a whole new level. It makes it really unique, and it's very beautiful and addictive. Another thing I want to tell you is that this is not a rosy, simple type of rose fragrance like Red Roses by Jo Malone, for example, which is absolutely beautiful. But to me, Red Roses smells like a fresh cut rose from your backyard. This one is not like that. This one is very complex, very rich, very deep. It has a lot of facets. However, you'll never lose the chocolate accord, as I was saying. It is so consistent and it intensifies over time to a point that in the dry down, chocolate and patchouli are the most dominant notes. Both are very present in the dry down. I think this fragrance is underrated. It definitely deserves more love. I don't see many people talking about it, but trust me, you're missing out on something very unique if you haven't tried Tabac Rose. Very beautiful. And the last one for today, guys, is Beige by Chanel, and it belongs to the Les Exclusifs line. This is one of my favorite together with Coromandel and Sycamore. It's absolutely stunning, so good, so feminine. It's rounded, it's creamy, it's velvety, it's also satiny. I don't even have enough words to describe this floral scent. It's so beautiful. I always say that this is exactly how the color beige would smell. I reviewed this fragrance before when it was on YouTube like 3-4 years ago. And I remember saying that, and I still stick to that, and I would describe this fragrance the exact same way. If the color beige had a scent, it would smell like beige. They couldn't have chosen a better name. They knew what they were doing when they chose this name. It's so, so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. This fragrance has a very present honey note. Honey is another note I don't enjoy in fragrances, but just like with Naxos, the honey here is perfectly well done, to a point that even if you don't enjoy honey like me, you will love it. You will love it here if you like florals. This is a creamy floral. A creamy floral, but not narcotic. It's not the typical indolic white floral. Indoles are a compound that most white flowers have. Some yellow flowers too, but it's more present and common in white flowers like jasmine, tuberose, gardenia. And although we have a hawthorn flower note here, it's not an indolic white flower. So it's actually very sweet and creamy without being indolic or narcotic. So this is a very creamy, powdery floral without falling in the same category as most floral perfumes. So it's really, really beautiful, very feminine, very elevated. It's a daytime type of scent. I wear this all year round, as you can see. This is also my second bottle, and I love it. I absolutely love beige. It's very mass appealing, very inoffensive. Everybody loves it. And although cashmeran is not listed as part of the notes, I'm pretty sure this fragrance has cashmeran or something like that. Cashmeran is a synthetic note that recreates the feeling of cashmere. So whenever a fragrance has cashmeran, it feels like you're wrapped in a cashmere scarf, or that you're wearing cashmere gloves or a cashmere sweater. That's what cashmeran does. It provides a lot of creaminess and coziness, and that fluffy component that makes it very inviting, very cozy, super soft. It's very classy. It's not old school. It's a great, elegant daytime scent. Super sophisticated. So, so good. It's very uplifting too. Very comforting. Oh, I love it. Even this is the thing. The honey here provides sweetness, but it doesn't add gooiness. So it's not a gooey, sticky type of honey. It just gives sweetness that it's combined with the hawthorn flower here, and it gives a perfect amount of sweetness, sweet enough for those who like sweet fragrances without being obnoxious or cloying or too achingly sweet. Nothing like that. It also has plumeria or frangipani. It's a typical tropical flower. Very, very beautiful. This was beige. I love it. I will keep buying it on repeat. Look at my dent. I love this perfume so much. So guys, this wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for subscribing, and don't forget to click the bell icon because I have way more videos coming up. By the way, would you like to see a part 2 of my dents or most worn perfumes? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.